Camera. He's now on camera.
Yeah.
So we're live this morning, very quickly, just to talk about, first of all, the great news. This wasn't scheduled to be drawn tomorrow, is that right?
For another week.
Another week. This is now
Yeah.
sold out.
Now sold out.
Our chopper has sold out from the weekend. So that's fantastic. So Tuesday afternoon, 4 o'clock, we will definitely be doing a draw, because we weren't planning on doing a draw this week. But Tuesday afternoon, 4 o'clock, Molly will be here and someone will be winning the chopper. But on top of that, the MGB, which we'll have a look at shortly, and we'll start off by talking about the incredible Porsche, because that's just gone crazy. When did we launch it? Thursday, Friday of last week.
Yeah.
So I think it was Thursday to our email subscribers.
And then it went live on Friday night.
And this is the next one that's possibly going to be
Yeah.
selling out. It's not completely sold out, 217 tickets left. So if we try very, very hard, if you haven't got your tickets yet and you want to see this drawn a week or a week and a bit, what is it, 2 weeks ahead of schedule?
Yeah, roughly about
2 weeks ahead of schedule is tomorrow.
So we had to launch that a week ahead of schedule.
It's getting very confusing now.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was launched a week before it was supposed to be, but it's potentially going to sell out within about 3 or 4 days. So if you want to see this tomorrow at 4 o'clock, as well as the chopper, you can. There's 217 tickets left. So
it might also be a triple.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Sorry.
Might also be a triple tomorrow. But let's talk about the Porsche first of all. Now, Nick knows a lot more about this Porsche. All I know about this Porsche, which I tell you, which I don't think many people know. I don't think you even know this. So I went to auction and bought this car in auction. And I went with a good friend of ours, Steve. We go to quite a lot of auctions with Steve. He absolutely loves these cars. So it was him that sort of went to one side, had a good look at it and went, I think you should get this car. It turns out this was Steve's old car. So he fell in love with the one at auction because he used to have one which was red and white. And then when we got the paperwork back,
It was actually his
his red and white car.
That is pretty cool. And also, the coolest thing about this is it's got pop-up headlights.
Yeah.
Which you're not allowed to have
I think
anymore.
the Steve story is cooler. But
The Steve story is cool. Yeah, it's cool.
So tell us all about the Porsche.
So, 928, this was, it actually holds the sort of the legend of being the first in-house designed and developed Porsche ever built. So a lot of the other cars were kind of variations on things. They would use companies like Carman or Volkswagen and stuff to build things, even to the 911.
Right.
By 1973, the 911 had been in production for 10 years, and sales were starting to waver a little bit. So Porsche went, we need to come up with something new.
Yeah.
So they came up with the 928 project, which was supposed to replace the 911. So the air-cooled 911.
Right, okay.
Everyone knows. So we're supposed to replace the F-code 911 long bonnet. There was such an uproar when that was announced that there was a group of German 911 enthusiasts who bought up the remaining 250 air-cooled 911s to basically stow away, so when their cars eventually broke, they'd have a replacement car already sat there and sat in storage. And Porsche went, well, maybe there's something to this 911 thing, like we should probably keep it going. So I went, okay, so that's when the G-code cars come out, the 930s, whatever you want to call them. But Porsche had developed this, and they were like, well, what are we going to do? Like, we've put all this in. So then they created the 928s.
Right,
So it was 1976 this first came out.
Right. People are getting more excited by these now, aren't they? There was a time when these weren't.
There's a time when, because the thing is, it's still a case of when people say Porsche, you think 911.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now it's very different. You say Porsche, and people think Taycan. They think Panamera. Those cars wouldn't exist without this car.
Yeah, right.
These are kind of like the origins of like the Panameras.
Right.
You got big engine on the front, especially with these ones, not like the 944s and stuff. These are V8 cars. These were supposed to be the opposite to the 911, which is a sports car. This is a GT car.
Yeah.
This is just designed for basically getting from like Stuttgart to the Riviera as quickly and comfortably as possible. I'd probably say if you did it in one of these, you'd probably turn up more relaxed in one of these.
Well, I think you're right. I mean, like this car in particular, this is good to go. It's not a show-winning car by any stretch. It's definitely being used and loved. It is lovely, don't get me wrong.
I drove it back from Helmingham the other week.
You can get in this and enjoy it now.
Yeah,
and especially, so very quickly, we put all of the cars that we give away through workshop. They get pre-delivery inspected. They get MOTs if they need to. All of that kind of stuff. We deliver them in an enclosed trailer that is our enclosed trailer, so we don't outsource delivery. It's us that will be delivering this car to you. But yeah, it's very much you could get in this, take off the back of the trailer and go and enjoy it. So yeah, very quickly, because we won't have this going on for ages. So just to reiterate, the Chopper sold out a week early. That is definitely going to be drawn tomorrow at 4 o'clock with Molly and the team here. We are the team. And Molly will be here as well. The Porsche, I possibly think will sell out. It was launched 4 days ago. It's 217. When we started this video, 217 tickets left. Nick's having a look now, but I'm pretty certain that will sell out tomorrow. It'd be amazing if it does, because that'll be 2 weeks ahead of schedule, and that's what we do.
216 now.
216. It's a good video, this. So one ticket. So, so if that sells out by tomorrow, 4 o'clock, we will do that as a draw as well. And like Nick said earlier on, which we'll just walk outside because we're going to record some bits with it as well, it's the MGB. Now, I read one that Peter won a couple of weeks ago, went so well. And we had this one. This was supposed to be the one that was launched first, but it ended up being launched second because we were just doing a little bit of work to it. In my opinion, this is probably one of the and I'm not just saying this is one of the nicest classics I've ever driven. It is absolutely lovely. So it's got the upgraded power assisted steering, which helps, but it is just lovely. So this is 2 weeks ahead of schedule, I believe.
This one's a week ahead.
So this is due to be drawn next week, but there's only 400 tickets left on this one. So if this one sells and the Porsche sells, like Nick said earlier on the video, that is a triple draw that we'll do on that. I'd like to think it'd be so good. It'd be a shame if this only had 100 tickets left tomorrow or something.
And especially like this is, it's 71. It's kind of the last couple of years of the chrome bumper, chrome wheel.
Yeah.
This car is great. In driving it around and stuff when we're doing the photo shoot and things with it, there's not a dead spot.
No.
It's
so stunning to drive.
And as well as gearbox is nice and notchy and stuff on it. It's exactly what you want in a B Roadster.
So there's 400 tickets left on this one. If that sells by tomorrow, which I really, really hope it does, I really hope it sells ahead of time, then this will be drawn. 200 tickets left on the Porsche. If that sells, that will be drawn. And the Chopper, we will definitely be here at 4 o'clock tomorrow anyway, because the Chopper has sold out now. So it'll either be 1 or 2, or if this goes as well, all 3. So we will see you hopefully tomorrow for a triple draw.
Yeah.